god-awful small affair to the girl with the mousy hair. But her mommy...
Hey guys, it's Steph. I am going to do a real quick kind of video, educational video about Kathleen Kennedy. Jar Jar Abrams, if you don't subscribe to his channel, do it, because he hates her as much as I do. I posted a very interesting interview with her and the actual true Jar Jar Abrams, J.J. Abrams. And then a description, the description basically stated how she got to where she got. And I'm going to first introduce you guys to the men who got Kathleen where she is now, the head of Lucasfilm. So let's go meet those guys. So first up is John Milius. Let me preface this with saying that John Milius is one of my favorite filmmakers. He doesn't get enough credit. I think he's probably up there with Coppola, Lucas, and Spielberg. He's friends with Steven Spielberg. The story is that Kathleen went to see Close Encounters of the Third Kind, jumped in her car, drove to Hollywood, and through an actress friend got a job as Milius' secretary. And Steven Spielberg was so impressed with her that he hired her as his assistant. And then soon she became a producer working for him. So basically, she got her job working as from a secretary to production, in production, working at the working at the elbow of one of the greatest filmmakers that ever lived, Steven Spielberg, after learning a lot from Milius, who's another one of the greatest filmmakers who ever lived. If you guys want to see a great movie, I suggest you grab the DVD of The Wind and the Lion. It is literally, despite Sean Connery's lack of North African accent, it literally is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen as far as cinematography, acting. Brian Keith played Teddy Roosevelt in such an amazing way that I think it's probably the best portrayal of an American president ever. But let's go on. So she's working for Steven Spielberg, and then, of course, ends up working coincidentally with George Lucas. And, that's how she got her start. And that's how she met her husband, Frank Marshall. Now, I'm going to explain to you why I'm so pissed off, okay? So just, and why Jar Jar Abrams. Now, why does this make me angry? First off, her lack of humility. If you watch the video, you'll see a lack of humility that is, insufferable. I mean, she's a bore. The woman is a bore. All right. First off, what pisses me off about Kathleen Kennedy in this interview with her pet, Jar Jar Abrams, J.J. Abrams, is her lack of humility. And the second, when someone gets to a place that they've gotten, and it's the rarefied air of running a company like Lucasfilm, and they're not humble, they don't have any sense of humility, they're not thankful or grateful, it's insufferable, it's boring, and it pisses people off. She comes off as an arrogant, condescending, bitch. I mean, she really, really does. Her lack of gratefulness, of solemnness is appalling to me. See, here's the deal. When I was a kid, that's what I wanted to do. No one inspired me more to try to get into Hollywood acting and things than Steven Spielberg and Harrison Ford. I would have been so grateful I would have sat and sobbed if he'd asked me to do her job. Steph, why didn't you take over? bawling, tears, thank you, why I feel so lucky. You know, the monumental responsibility to his legacy and the fans would have been a little overwhelming, which is why I would have gotten emotional. But apparently, you know, she has absolutely no gratefulness at all, or she would have mentioned it. She doesn't mention, in the video, she doesn't mention him. Nor is she grateful for what she learned from Spielberg. Doesn't mention John Milius. But I am glad that she had to catalog and organize his gun collection, because I really had to piss her off. She's such an SJW. You know, women's rights, yeah, but we're not allowed to defend ourselves. Fuck you, bitch. And she doesn't at all mention the most important man in her life, her husband, Frank Marshall. You know, and this is so telling to me what kind of an awful, awful human being Kathleen Kennedy really is. Just an ambitious, nasty, vile, disgusting female. And to me, seeing this, if I ran Disney, if I was Bob Iger, if I was Roberta Iger, I'd fire her ass so fast. I'd be like, look, you know what? You're ignoring the fans. You're shitting on the fans. Look at what's going on at Hasbro. We're killing Hasbro. You gotta go, and everybody with you goes. And the thing about it is, just watch the video. She is an ungrateful, condescending, hubristic-filled harpy. And as I said, I live in hyperspace, that channel, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. There isn't a religion, or a faith, or a belief in this world that doesn't deal with hubris. The bigger they are, they think they are, the harder they'll fall. And this woman, just the way she's been behaving, speaking out through her proxies in the media, defending the shit she's done, and attacking the fans, lady, we know what you're doing. And you're going to reap the whirlwind. Because this isn't going to end well for you. Okay? Because ultimately, like I've said before, the shareholders and the board members at Disney are going to go, hey, where's the money? Because, we don't see it coming in. Hasbro, I'm going to leave you guys with this. She's done Star Wars such a service that My Little Pony is beating Star Wars in the sales of that junk. And it's not just because it costs too much. It's because the movies suck. The message sucks. Kathleen, you are an arrogant, pompous, hubristic-filled bitch. This interview that I'm going to put on here proves it. Okay? The lack of gratitude. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I'm pretty sure that Spielberg didn't kiss your ass all the time. All right? And maybe you were upset because you had to kiss his ass, but he was the boss. Lucas is the boss. Milius was the boss. Your husband's your husband, and obviously you don't give two shits, which is sad for him. But hey, this is literally an example of the most ungrateful female I have ever seen in my entire life. And think about all the other people in Hollywood that could do a much better job, that got screwed over in this case, that would have done the legacy of George Lucas, Star Wars, Han, Leia, and Luke proud. Alright? But instead we get this ungrateful wretch who hates Star Wars, her fanboys that work for her that hate Star Wars. And they wonder why it's failing. This is Steph, signing out. See you around the galaxy.
To my mother, my dog, and clowns. It's about to be writ again as I